How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here. We're on episode number 10 of the 100th season 4, which is called Die Merrily, which sounds really, really enthusiastic. But then again, this is going to be a really enthusiastic episode. Blood, guts galore. What can you not, what can you not be happy about in this episode? Yeah, we got that Conclave battle that Octavia's going to be partaking in after there was a bit of worry going on for Sky Crew, considering at the time their champion was not going to be someone who specialized in grounded fighting techniques, and then Octavia strolls in like the badass she's in and is basically going to be fighting for them, it seems. So that's going to be awesome stuff for Sky Crew, considering they've now got a bit of an advantage, as they were trying to have a bit of an advantage with Commander Clarke, which I'm still, happy about, and I can understand why Rowan was a bit, but it was still pretty awesome, wasn't it? Like the prospect of Commander Clarke. No, it is to me. I don't know why. It's just one of those scenarios. It's one of, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a scenario that's, I don't know, fan servicey and joyful at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, that was the case. Clarke was trying to get leverage there, but it backfired. So this is a bit more of a light in a dark tunnel for the Sky Crew, considering they might have that advantage once more. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Octavia's a badass, but she is human at the end of the day, so yeah. But I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, the full extended reactions on Patreon. I'm still working out the kinks behind this, because someone did say to me that technically these weren't full reactions, but they are in a sense. It's just depends on what camera I use. Like today I'm using my iPhone, which records it in one go, whereas with this, and I still want to use this because I don't want to, waste the SD cards. There's a lot of storage to be filled, but yeah, with this, it records 20 minutes, so I pause and then, yeah, until the very end of the episode, so, I get what they're saying, but in a sense, they are still full reactions, because I'm not going to cut out any bits. And if anything, it's just going to be background, like that split second of background noise from the pause on pause and all of that. So, yeah. But yeah, that's on Patreon if you want to see my extended thoughts of this episode. I'm looking forward to this. And this might be a very, very definitive episode for Octavia. I mean, I already love her so much. But we might get to see, I wouldn't say her full potential, but we're going to see some badass shit from Octavia, and I'm ready for this. So, with that said, episode number 10, this is Die Merrily. Like I said, a very enthusiastic title. This is episode 10 of season 4. Let's go.
This is my decision, Belle. I know what the odds are. I don't need you pointing them out.
She's just worried.
It's time.
I still have faith in O. And if she doesn't win, like I said, this whole shit's rigged.
You got this.
I fight for a death.
Wait, as in, if she wins, then everyone's gonna die?
No one will be saved.
Fuck, that's brutal!
But I hope that you will.
The daughter she never had. The daughter she never had.
If I win, that would mean the end of your people.
You, like I could.
She's got the water in her eyes. Oh, man.
We truly believe that the Grounders will accept Sky Crew as the lone survivors.
Yes.
I mean,
The Conclave is sacred to them.
and if it's sacred and if they honor, then they will. Damn.
You get our people to the safe.
I want humanity to survive. Even if it's not mine.
Not just one clan or whatever.
Battlefield before you dishonor your people once again.
Oof. Ouch. And Clarke takes a stabbing.
Starting horn blows, just stay out of sight and let the others thin out the competition.
Yeah, just tie. Well, it's a good strategy, to be fair.
Every clan.
Tie themselves out, and then you can take advantage. But it's a cheap way as well.
Use that. Just like Mom taught us. Bellamy's right. You don't have to kill all 12 warriors.
May we meet again.
Damn right we will.
Just want them two to be, you know, brothering, sistering it up once again. Use the water. Ooh, nice, Rowan. And he's gonna get his head. Ooh! Oof! Fatality. Rowan, really awesome. I can see the last ones. Nice. Not nice for that guy. He's dead. And so is his tribe. Oh. Poor Tree Crew, they've taken a right beating this season. Gaia, just feel a bit for her.
Next time I see you, I'll kill you. And that's a promise.
That was cold. That's called breaking up, mate. I'm so sorry. Ouch. Ooh.
I know what I signed up for.
Should never have followed.
I didn't follow you. Trishana crew needed me.
Well, we won't have that worry anymore with, Echo. Fuck off. Alien. Let's put him out of his misery. Oh, shit. I feel so bad for Octavia. Girl can't catch a bloody break. This is not the person you're looking. Uh-oh. Go on, Luna. Oh, he's got a big sword. Compensating much? Size doesn't matter, people. Cheat, cheat, cheat. Oh shit, he's gonna kill her. Oh. Rowan, why?
You two couldn't stay away. I heard you all on the street. There will be no place for you inside that bunker. Now get out of my sight and off this battlefield without being seen. Or know that you are the cause of the death of our people.
You knew the rules, you're still fucked up, Echo. Piss off. I mean, she did what was best for her people, but she knew the rules.
I got a better idea. After she guts you and before you die, you tell her how to fuck you on.
Oh. And she's listening to that as well. And he has no idea whatsoever. Aww. Now I do hope Octavia wins. Oh, he's gonna get caught, isn't he? He's gonna get caught. Shit! He got caught.
Last time we fought, I wasn't trying to kill you.
That's true. Ooh. Jesus Christ, I'm ready for this.
My turn.
That's bullshit. Black Ray. Oh, he's got the disadvantage. Oh, Rowan. That is foul play. Disqualify Luna. Shit. One.
The king is dead.
You remember my Lion King comparisons when I said Luna was Simba?
But the truth is,
Uh-oh.
and I knew only one of us could live.
Surely it's...
I wanted it to be me. I ran because I was afraid of what I am.
Man.
That's darkness. We all are.
Just the thing... I kind of feel a bit for Luna. Come on, Octavia, where are you? Oh, dear!
You're wrong. There are people worth saving.
And Octavia wins! The last true Nightblood's done.
We are one clan.
What Lincoln
we
would
will
have...
survive Prime Fire together. Together.
Together. Sharing is caring. Go on, Octavia. Go on, Octavia.
Lincoln would be so proud of you.
He would. Oh.
There won't be enough room for all our people.
Oh, not this.
Day, Kane.
Woo!
It was her idea.
We did what we had to do.
Oh, that's a sour taste and a half. Ah, shit.
No. Keep everyone out.
This is absolutely... This is a shit show. Holy...
Are they all dead? No. They used gas.
Like the mountain men.
Like the mountain men. Oh my god. Clarke, what the hell? What the hell, Clarke? So yeah, that was a really intense episode. Very action-packed, as you would expect with this episode. It was also very predictable, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I keep saying that predictable outcomes to a story isn't always a bad thing. And it shows in this episode with the fact that they could have had Octavia said, yeah, I'm not going to be a dick about it, so the bunker's open to all. But the main aspect of this was about Lincoln, about how he viewed everyone as one clan, about him seeing the good in people, his beliefs. Yeah, that is the icing on the cake, if anything, in terms of making the predictable outcome become stronger. And I really, really loved Lincoln's presence in this episode. Octavia representing who Lincoln strived to be. And what I really, really loved as well, because Octavia's story this season has been absolutely dark and she's held on to that burning hatred of Pike's actions to the point where it's consumed her, and taking it out on everyone. She used the memory of Lincoln for good in this episode, from fighting for him and what he believed to that speech at the end, like, hey, it's Unity Day. Shut up, Kane. So I really, really loved how so much good came out of Octavia's story in this episode in terms of her remembrance of Lincoln. It wasn't down to any Sky Ripper business. It was down to the goodness of her heart and what Lincoln taught her to be, even to the point where she was lecturing Luna about how disappointed Lincoln would be if he saw Luna right now. And I absolutely loved Luna, like, especially towards the end where she let the darkness go. And I can't say that that Luna's hatred for humanity after what happened at Becca's base is selfish. It was pretty shitty with what they had to do. But at the same time, they did what they had to do to survive. But Luna has a very subjective, that's the right word. She's very subjective when it comes to what Abby and co were doing and all of that. And it was really, really great to see her just let go of that darkness. And I want to kind of come up with a great metaphor, because we all know her hair's been nice and floofy, and then we saw it after the Black Rain came. We saw it down. I want to say that's kind of metaphorical, like the floofy hair like contained the darkness, and then once it let go. I mean, sure, she was pretty badass, but she wasn't that rooted into the darkness. Like, she gave that speech to Octavia, monologuing never gets you anywhere, does it? She gave that speech about adopting the darkness after the rain came and unfluffed her hair. So I want to say, I know it might be a bit of a stretch, but I want to say the hair is a metaphor to her hidden darkness, and once the rain came, it let go of her darkness, and as we saw in that following scene after she killed Rowan, I mean, she did go to Octavia earlier on in this episode, but she went full darkness. Like, it was like full villain territory in terms of when she, before she died, should I say. So, yeah, I think that's, well, Luna did insert herself in that challenge, so there was always going to be, she's not exactly going to be like, I don't know, a happy barbarian or whatever. Especially with the things she's seen and her beliefs and all of that. But I think that scene where she confronted Octavia at the end, when it was just her and Octavia, was the one, it was the moment she let out her full darkness, especially when she talked about her brother, which she's mentioned before, in a very sympathetic light, but she came off more hostility. Like, there was a lot more darkness coming out of that exchange. So, that's, you don't have to accept it, but in my terms, the hair is a metaphor. So, yeah. But I've got a weird way of thinking, so yeah. But it was just really, really great. I mean, yeah, it was going to be a bit, I thought Ilian would have been in the final four, to be fair. Like, it was going to be Octavia, Ilian, Luna, and Rowan in the final four. But Ilian got offed because Echo was cheating. And I really, really love the fact that Rowan absolutely roasted her in terms of her actions and acknowledging what Bellamy did was the right thing, even though sneaking out was not good business. Like, ideally, Bellamy was basically being the referee, and even going to the point where he was going to kill Echo, which, well, let's go on to this point, shall we? Because we know that Bellamy loves Octavia. We know how much he means, like, she means the world to him. My sister, my responsibility. And it absolutely speaks volumes in this episode when Octavia is accepting death, and Bellamy doesn't want that at all. And the fact that he's willing to kill to protect her sister from any illegal shenanigans was absolutely powerful. And you know what? Echo can just fuck off. Like, I don't like her whatsoever. She nearly killed Octavia before. She killed Jean. She's done a lot of terrible shit. So yeah, and I have this feeling that there's going to be comments saying, you're going to grow to Luna. I have a hard time. Then again, I said that about Murphy, and then I'm like, go Murphy now. But I don't know. Echo just... the way... Like, she absolutely tortures my soul. So, yeah. Not saying the actress is bad. I'm just saying the character just grates me. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of Echo whatsoever. But yeah, I really, really love how powerful Bellamy's love for Octavia spoke volumes in this episode, with how he was very sympathetic and he tried to be there. And I think Octavia is willing to willing to allow him back in. Well, that depends with the whole bunker situation and how Octavia's going to respond to that, because we know that Clarke let's talk about this then, because yeah, I mean, I was going to go in further about Bellamy and his love for Octavia, which I can still do so at the very end, because it kind of touches on about what Octavia might be thinking, and Bellamy's reaction and all of that. But yeah, Clarke getting all of her people in, and it's shitty, especially since she's broken the trust of Kane and everyone else who was like, okay, well, we'll go through this conclave thing. It seems like a fair process. But at the same time, I do kind of understand why Clarke did what she did. They did find the bunker first. Not just that, though, but they did give that opportunity to Rowan without bloodshed spilling, and they chose bloodshed, but only because Clarke desecrated the the process of being a commander. And like I said, we know how sensitive that is for the Grounders. So I can't exactly blame Rowan and co for, well, everyone was freaking out, and I guess rightfully so. Like, I know the Grounders have not exactly had a reputable record, but like the Conclave, this thing is absolutely sacred to them. So it's their beliefs are being tarnished by someone, by an outsider in their eyes, and that's why they resorted to this. Yes, Clarke did what she, when she became commander, it wasn't because she wanted power, or hey, Lexa was commander, so why not me? It was because she wanted this unity. She wanted she didn't want any kerfuffle going on with Tree Crew and Asgetta with the whole bunker situation. So you knew why she did it in the first place. But she did it in such a really shady way, like she has done with this, taking the bunker and betraying Kane's trust. So, yeah. But at the same day, Clarke's been screwed over. At the end of the day, should I say, Clarke's been screwed over so many times. So I can't exactly blame her for fuck this. I'm not dealing with this shit. We're gonna take it. And they can just murder each other, but I tried, and they came up with this, so yeah. And it's all about survival at the end of the day. It's that she did what she had to do, but it's left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Bellamy, Octavia, because Octavia was like, oh, they gassed them just like Mount Weather. So, and I guess there is that choice, like Mount Weather. Clarke, Clarke could have waited to see what would happen to Sky Crew. Maybe, I don't know. The first sign of Octavia being struck down, Clarke could have said, okay, we're taking this. Well, that would be a bit more of a cheaper way, wouldn't it? But, I'm trying to think of Octavia's Mount Weather words and making that comparison to the fact that they had a choice to either stay in the bunker or they could stay in the bunker if they wanted to. It's not the best way to live, but it's something that saves your humanity, I guess, at the end of the day. And there was that choice, and now Clarke has screwed a lot of people over, especially since Octavia opened the bunker to everyone. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Just that what Clarke's done is going to leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. But at the end of the day, there was also a small chance of Sky Crew winning. Like, there's literally there's 13 cleansers in there. There's a 1 in 13 chance that she's going to win it, that Sky Crew are going to win this. So, sure, those odds are going to be reduced after a lot. I don't know when was the moment she decided, okay, let's take the bunker. Like, did she take it at the beginning or midway through? Still, at the end of the day, there's a lot of non-Sky Crew people out there willing to kill Octavia. So, in the end, I can see why she did it. But at the same time, it is a bit shitty, isn't it? So, yeah. And it, like I said, it's going to be very, very interesting because Bellamy's there. Octavia might have some resentment to Bellamy for being there. Bellamy might explain whether Octavia chooses to believe that or not remains to be seen. And that's why I think that has some relation into Bellamy and Octavia potentially loving each other like brother and sister. Again, that might have some damage because Octavia might not believe what Bellamy has to say. And there was some real emotions from Octavia, like when May We Meet Again, Octavia listening to Bellamy with that conversation with Rowan. I think she's ready to open Bellamy back into her life, but like I said, with what's now gone on in the bunker, that might be up in the air. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. She's gonna hate Clarke for sure, but Bellamy, I'm not so sure because she could choose to believe him, she could choose not to, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, the pep talk from Kane was absolutely great. And can I just say, he was right at the end of the day. It's not, I don't know. In terms of me viewing Octavia as a character, I don't think Octavia would be so jolly about the fact that, oh, I'm going to have to hide and all of that, so yay. But at the end of the day, not only does it pave her what she had, not only does it create usefulness on the things she had to do to survive on the Ark with her hiding, but it's also a decent strategy overall. You think of all of these elimination things, I don't know, Royal Rumbles, all of that. The best strategy is, in a situation like this, is to hide and wait for them to tire themselves out, or to hide as much as possible, which Octavia did, and it played out well. Like, there was that first person she encountered, there was a little chase and she hid herself under a bit of debris, which he completely flew by, and it paved really, really greatly for her. So it was just really, really great stuff, and it was great strategy. Like I said, I think hiding, especially, like, there's some real brutes out there, but then again, size doesn't matter, as we got to find out. Luna with that badass move against that grounder, though. Holy shit. Like, he had a big freaking sword, and it was like, oh, this is going to be a tasty battle, because he's, like, overcompensating, and then Luna just absolutely brutalizes him, and it's like, okay. That lasted a lot less than I thought. So, yeah, but Kane offering some nice words of wisdom. Gotta say, my heart dropped for Indra a lot in this episode, especially when Gaia realized that her clan was screwed. And she confronted Indra. Indra was distraught. But not just that, though. Indra accepting Octavia saying, you are my people. I absolutely loved that. Especially with, I'm not saying that Gaia is a shit daughter. Put it there. But I've always said that Octavia is, I guess, the daughter that Indra strived to have, like that warrior, and she sees her like her other daughter, and so that was really, really beautiful stuff to see, and I loved Kane confronting Indra about the fact that you did teach her. Even though Indra shot it down by saying Warrior has many teachers and all of that. At the end of the day, it was Indra who hardened Octavia and made Octavia into the lovely fighter we know today. So yeah, Indra is an absolute star in this, and I absolutely love her involvement. But yeah, I absolutely loved this episode. Rowan, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think who got the most brutal death. Like, I think the one that Rowan, like, smashed his head open. Yeah, basically that, probably. I mean, Rowan's death was a bit poop anyway. Well, it wasn't poop in terms of, oh, that's a bit of a lackluster, but it was poop for him, wasn't it? With the fact that he was drowned, and not just that, but the Black Rain absolutely destroyed him, because that paved advantage for Luna, who can survive the Black Rain. I call shenanigans, cheating, disqualification. But I absolutely, no, in all seriousness, it was opportunity for Luna. And yeah, we were going to deal with some key deaths in this episode. Luna, Ilian, I guess, Rowan. Because at the end of the day, only one would survive. And you just knew as soon as we saw who was involved in this fight, well, we're going to be saying goodbye to a few people, and if it your main hope is that Octavia does win. Otherwise, we're going to be absolutely distraught. So you were just prepared to say goodbye to Rowan, goodbye to Luna, goodbye to Ilian and the extras. But yeah, you were prepared, but it was still pretty rough, especially for Ilian, who Octavia confronted. And it was just really heartbreaking there. But I think the way they executed their characters before, because Rowan went down a fighter, Ilian was just caught in an unfortunate position, and then Luna adopting that darkness. I thought the way they portrayed their characters before the end was really done well. So I absolutely loved what we got in this episode. So yeah, this was brilliant. Like I said, I loved Luna's darkness though. Because this is the thing. We've noticed Luna has been basically a pacifist after the whole shenanigans with the conclave with her brother, with Lexa, and she's been absolutely, and she's tried to stay away from that, but now she's adopted that darkness. She was just absolutely terrifying. So in a sense, I'm glad we got rid of her before she could become a problem by adopting that darkness, because who knows how much further her darkness would have I don't know, spelled some kind of doom for the Sky. Like, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And thank God she was put out of her misery before things could escalate any further. I mean, we've already got escalation going on with the bunker, and we didn't need Luna to make things worse. Especially, this is the thing, though. Her hate for humanity would mean she would be the only one left, because she was the commander of, not the commander of death, but she was the symbol of death, basically, which I absolutely loved. And I think that would be absolutely chilling if Luna had won. She would basically witness everyone but her perish. She would be the last one alive. And she basically would have gotten her wish that humanity doesn't deserve that chance to survive. So, yeah, that would have been scary. But yeah, this was a great action-packed episode. I can't wait to see what happens next time when shit hits the fan now that everyone's in their bunkers. It's going to be very intense, and I'm ready for it. But yeah, this was a bloody amazing episode. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!